Patrick Costas here. Hope everybody's doing good. Came across a news story today. I thought, actually, it's a story I've been following for a little bit, but decided to do a video about it, and it has to do with the Secret Service. I'm kind of curious of what the hell's going on over there. The Secret Service seems to have been messed up for quite a long time, predating by a long period the Trump administration. It seemed to be consistently screwed up during the Obama administration, and there's been a couple incidents recently that are actually very concerning. One of those incidents was a Secret Service agent took a vehicle home in New York City and parked a car. Inside the vehicle was a backpack with a laptop on it. On that laptop was Trump Tower floor plans, evacuation procedures the Secret Service would use in the event of an emergency there, I'm assuming. And this is weird, but it actually had details about the Hillary Clinton email investigation were on there. And also, if you ever notice, you'll see people that are around the president and stuff, the Secret Service agents and other individuals, they'll have lapel pins, and that kind of shows their access level, like they're allowed to be close to the president, things of that nature. Some of those were stolen apparently too. So these are all concerning because when you think about it, if God forbid some psycho is actually planning on doing some horrible thing to the president or something like that, they would probably use information like this that had been stolen to do it. So it's a very big concern because as of right now, nobody knows who has this. Now, it was caught on the theft of this was caught on video, but all it shows is, I believe it was at 3 in the morning, a guy comes up with an Uber, of all things. He's driven there in an Uber, walks up. It didn't say exactly how he got in the vehicle, but he just looks at the backpack, takes it, walks off. That's it. You know, no leads or anything as far as that they're letting out publicly anyway. Oh, and a passport was stolen too, for the agent, I'm assuming. But what the hell's wrong with the Secret Service? Why was that stuff left in the car unsecured like that? I mean, that seems to be kind of, OPSEC 101, but apparently the Secret Service isn't very good about securing their stuff. There's been a long period of this stuff going on. Now, recently, on Saturday, a man was arrested going to a security checkpoint near the White House in a stolen car, and then this idiot blurts out something like, this is a bomb test, or I don't know, something stupid like that. So they end up arresting this moron for, stealing the vehicle and the bomb threat or whatever. Now, that morning, this is last Saturday morning, a man tried to jump the fence again to get into the White House, but this guy didn't make it and was arrested fairly quickly. But earlier in the month, a man jumped the fence and evaded detection for 17 minutes. So he was on there. Apparently, I read one news story and it said that he was like jiggling the door handles and trying to go in, or I don't know exactly what he was doing, but the point is he was there and he evaded detection for 17 minutes. Now, if you remember the time, from Obama's 8 years in, so during that time, just a few that I can remember off the top of my head, there was a lot of White House fence jumpers. I guess that happens with every administration. But if you remember the talk about the gunshot, they found a bullet hole in the White House that nobody had reported, and they had no idea how it had gotten there. That's kind of an oversight. And then all the massive amount of sex scandals the Secret Service kept getting into. I believe it was in South America, but I'm not positive on that. But, a lot of shady things are going on with the Secret Service. So it seems to me that what is wrong with them has to be one of these three things. They're either incompetent, undermanned, or complicit. So to go into those three options a little bit further, either they're incompetent, a bunch of morons have been hired that don't know anything about law enforcement or Secret Service or VIP protection or anything like that, and they suck at it, and now we're seeing the results. That's one possibility. Another is they're undermanned. I mean, there's a good possibility that they just don't have the manpower think about, I'm not exactly sure how big the Secret Service is, but I know that they have a lot of diplomats they have to protect. There's former presidents, current president's family, former president's family. I mean, they have a big mandate, that's for sure. I'm not saying they're suggesting their job's easy. So maybe it is they just don't have the manpower to do it. But that doesn't really explain the sex scandals, does it? And the third option is complicit, whereas you remember the story that the Secret Service agent had posted on her Facebook or whatever it was that she wouldn't take a bullet for President Trump? Maybe there is a large rash of that in the Secret Service. Maybe a lot of them feel that way, so they're just purposely being sloppy with their work. That is extremely scary. Whatever out of these three, whichever of these three possibilities is true, or maybe it's a combination of these possibilities, it needs to be investigated and needs to be fixed. Regardless of who is in the White House, they need to be protected. And the fact that this has been slipping through the cracks, people jump around for 17 minutes on the White House, do whatever they want, people shoot at the White House, they don't know about it. They go down to wherever and get involved with prostitutes and all these other crazy antics. It's got to come to an end, and it hasn't, because this stuff is going on for, over a decade now. So my point is, something needs to happen, something needs to be done. This needs to be priority one. We have to have our president secure and safe. End of story. But what I'm really curious about is I want to know what you think. What do you think's going wrong with the Secret Service? What do you think it is? Do you think it's one of the three issues that I said, either incompetence, undermanned, or complicity? Is it one of those, or is it something else? And I want to hear from you. Thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel.